So the UK is stepping up their game in the world of mental health, and if I learned anything from American history, it's that we don't like coming in second to a bunch of redcoats. So today we're going to be talking about stand-up comedy, its uses as an alternative treatment for low to moderate depression, and how we're going to get it here to the US and do as we have always done and make it better. And we'll get to all of that after a quick word from our sponsor. Hi, I'm Brody Baker with Brody Baker Music LLC. Do you like music made by humans? Do you like music you can hear live, performed by people who will sign all the merch you buy? Then you need to check out Brody Baker Music today. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, as well as Spotify or wherever you listen to your favorite songs. And while you're there, make sure you leave a like and a follow. And now, back to the video. So to kick things off, we need a little backstory. Now, I'm not a science major or a doctor, but I'm going to explain this as well as I can.
Let me explain. No, there is too much. Let me sum up.
Essentially, for as long as there have been people whose brains are assholes and refuse to make the right amount of feel-good chemicals. Now, while this isn't the only cause of depression, it is one of the main reasons, and up until now, the only way we've known to address this is with medications. The downside of that is these medications typically come with a multitude of side effects, not to mention that 37% of people prescribed antidepressants had to try 4 or more different ones before it helped.
My patience has reached its end.
I mean, it's obvious. There's got to be a better solution. Now, we've all heard that laughter is the best medicine, but now it's time to prove it. In the 2018 Psychiatric Times, Khajuria wrote, "Laughter elevates the pain threshold, can help break the cycle between pain, sleep loss, depression, and immunosuppression. It lowers blood pressure, epinephrine, glucose levels, and it also assists in the recovery and prevention of cancer." So if laughing is so good for us, why hasn't it been used before now? Well, the truth is that there just hasn't been much science to back it up. I mean, no one was really pursuing it with any degree of seriousness until just recently. But now that they've started, a new problem has emerged. How do we keep the ball rolling? See, with our current government, as with many around the world, politicians receive funding from organizations that are more than happy to provide it as long as those people vote for the policies that serve those companies' best interest. We've all heard of Big Pharma. Well, they're gonna support Joe Schmo politician as long as he votes for the bills that support their efforts to keep people needing medications. And these days, it seems like there's just about a pill for everything.
Here's a pill to eat, here's a pill to shit, here's a pill to fuck, here's a pill to sleep. Here's a pill that'll offset your eat, sleep, shit, and fuck pill. Here, take it.
The UK is really no different, and that's where people like Member of Parliament Dr. Simon Ofer come in. Dr. Ofer has been very outspoken about what he calls a blatant over-medication of the populace. And because of his drive to change that, he has helped promote programs like that of Lou Jackson and her company, Crack Health. See, Crack Health has been working to show comedy's proficiency as a treatment for depression by helping host different events and aiding in funding. These new treatments would not only eliminate risky side effects caused by certain medications, but drive down overall healthcare costs, which, if you've seen the cost of an ambulance ride recently, I think we could all use.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
So there's 3 different ways comedy is being used. You have comedy on prescription, stand-up design of instruction, or study for short, and stand-up comedy clinics. Comedy on prescription is exactly what it sounds like. You go to the doctor's office, tell them you're struggling with some low to moderate depression, and they write you a script to go see stand-up comedy as your treatment.
This just says I can do what I want.
Then there's study. Now, this training program designed by Charles Bonsack is really meant to help providers. The idea being that providers can pair comedy with the empathy tools that they're already trained on and build better rapport with their patients. Better rapport leads to patients divulging more information leads to better diagnosis, and you get where I'm going with this. It creates this feedback effect that decreases the amount of time it takes patients to recover because they have less stress because they actually feel heard and understood. Now, this last one is my favorite and honestly something I would love to try, and that is a stand-up comedy clinic. These workshops are designed to teach people how to think, write, and perform like stand-up comics, and to use those tools to rewrite traumatic moments in their life. The crazy thing is, they're not just rewriting it on paper. They're literally rewiring their brains when they do this, turning what were once potentially debilitating situations and turning them into something that not only can they talk about, but laugh and joke about. And these clinics provide a safe place for them to do it in. The US has a rich history of taking things from all over the world, adding our little twist, and saying, well, that's ours now. And while we do have things that are uniquely American, I think we can all agree that we didn't invent Mexican food.
I'm hungry. Let's get a taco.
I mean, seriously, it's right in the name. Regardless of where the ideas come from, though, the US is still the great melting pot, and it's time to add some new ingredients. So, how do we bring these ideas over here to the States? I mean, it's safe to assume the federal government probably won't be much help in this endeavor for a multitude of reasons that would probably take an entire other video to go over. So, like the Founding Fathers intended, it falls to us, the people. You, me, the weird guy at the office that no one invites to karaoke night after work.
Why are you the way that you are?
It's up to us to make the difference. Find out who your local community event organizers are. Find a local mental health organization that would be willing to pair up and start planning these events that will not only help start these programs, but put people in contact with resources that are already available to them. Every small action helps. You know, it really goes back to that old adage, you eat an elephant, one bite at a time.
Get in my belly!
Thank you so much for hanging out to the end of this video. Make sure you go and support our amazing sponsor. And remember, it is only traumatic if you don't laugh at it. This is Brody Baker, signing off. Now seriously, where do I find one of these stand-up clinics? Because I would love to go do that. I want to learn how to be funny the right way instead of just making horrendous jokes with my friends.